Hello, my name is Brain Flynn. I am a brain cancer survivor. I'm 15 currently, and yeah, here's my story. So I was 11 at the time. I was a normal kid. I was going into a eye doctor's appointment, and they saw that my optic nerve was swollen, like it was puffy. And they said that's unusual. You should get an MRI for that. So that day we got an MRI, and let me just say this is all in the span of like 2 maybe 3 hours. This was all very sudden. After the MRI, they let me listen to music in the MRI. Owl City Fireflies, but whatever. Then we waited a couple days. I was still going to school like normal. Then one day, in like the first hour of class, I hear on the intercom, Braden, Braden Flynn, please report to the office. Braden Flynn, please report to the office. And so I go down there, and they say, Braden, get your stuff. We have to go to the doctor for your MRI results. So I go back upstairs, get my backpack, come back down. We head to the pediatric clinic or whatever. And the doctor comes out and he tells my parents, I'm sorry, your son has brain cancer. My parents are there over in the corner, bawling their eyes out. I'm just thinking, this is gonna be something new to experience. I've never, I don't think a lot of people have been through this. So, yeah. So, immediately after that, we get all my stuff and we go over to Sunrise Children's Hospital in Las Vegas, because that's where we were living at the time, North Las Vegas, Nevada. So we did inpatient therapy there. Well, actually, first we did a biopsy, and then we found out that yeah, it's a tectoglioma. Then we after they did that surgery, they so the tectoglioma, it's right at the base of the brainstem. Now the brainstem is connected to the spine. The spine controls everything in your body. It's connected to everything. So if you hit that too hard or like cut it in any way, I would have been dead. I wouldn't be here right now. But they did touch it just a little. So that's only like paralysis. So yeah, I was paralyzed, but only from my neck to my waist for some reason. I don't know why. I was knocked out for about a month. I could still see, feel, hear everything. I just couldn't talk. My eyes were closed, which I know is contradictory to what I was saying about seeing, but I could still see just fine. And after those few weeks, I woke up and the doctor said, you can go home. You're fine. So I went home for a night. And this was around Christmas time, so all the decorations were lit up and everything. Uh, and while I was in the hospital, well, that's not important. So the day after, we had to drive from North Las Vegas, Nevada to Los Angeles, California in the span of 2 days. We were driving 8 hours a day. It was, yeah, nice. We were going through, I want to say, about 106 miles of desert, which I know is probably not accurate, but feels like it. We stopped at a hotel halfway, well, like 5 miles away because the hospital was closed by then. They wouldn't let anyone else in. I don't know why. Or something. But we stayed there for the night. We got up in the morning, headed over to CHLA. They instantly were like, Brain Flynn, we've been expecting you. We got a room all set up for you. That hospital was the best hospital ever. Well, maybe besides CHOP. But anyway, stayed there for about a month doing outpatient rehab. No, inpatient. Outpatient? Oh, whatever. I did rehab. I went back to Vegas after that, and all was good. I had monthly MRIs scheduled, and when my first MRI was scheduled, guess what they found? They found a blood clot right here. Inside the skull. Yep. So, what they did... So, basically what I was doing was I was pushing my brain this way by 0.5 centimeters. Or millimeters, one of the two. I think it's millimeters because centimeters just feels too big. But anyway, they put a shunt in. Now, what a shunt does is it's basically like a drain with a cord. So they had to put 2 incisions in me, right back here, and one right here, like right down here, for my line. So they ran the cord down this side of my neck, and they put an incision right here. I don't know why. I don't, but apparently that was to help them put it in the right place. Like, because apparently too much cerebral spinal fluid was building up right here. So yeah, that's what came from the clot. So yeah. Yeah. Then, about another month later, I went in for my next MRI. Turns out it was overdraining. And that was causing, like, blood clots, like, serious ones this time. So, they took that out and they put a something, IG hole or whatever. So, they basically put a hole in my skull. Yeah, it was nice. But now it regulates, like, how much how much spinal fluid is being drained. So yeah. So then I had to go back to not CHLA yet. Sunrise Children's Hospital in Vegas for about another month. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, but this time I didn't get to go home after that. I had to go straight to a CHLA, and I was in Sunrise for another month. So then I was at CHLA for another month, but a lot of cool stuff happened while I was there. That's the second time. 25 days. Okay, so first off, the coolest thing ever happened. They had a Star Wars convention there. I don't know how. I don't know why. It was awesome. I got to meet Mark Hamill, the original Luke Skywalker. I never thought that would happen. I have an original signed copy of the first Star Wars comic book. I got his picture. I got a picture with him. I met Princess Leia, the original one. I met everyone. It was insane. But that's not all. I also was one of the first people in America to try the exoskeleton. Now, I didn't need it, but my legs were a little weak. So they said, Brayden, if your parents are up to it, and if you're up to it, we have this thing called the exoskeleton, which we think can help you. I said, sure. I tried it. They said, it works. And I said, it works? What do you mean? And they were like, well, you're one of the first people to try this, so. And I was in shock. I feel privileged to be part of that. And yeah. What else happened while I was there? Oh, 25 Days of Christmas came to the hospital, with ABC. And that was fun because I thought I got a phone there. Nope, I got his tablet, but it was so cool. I was in a commercial. And that was fun. I was at the end, obviously, because I had a gigantic reaction. Because I never had a phone before that. But anyways, the Star Wars thing also did a commercial. But yeah, after the month of therapy there, I was done with the hospital forever. Well, hopefully. Well, I still have to do chemo, but we went home to Vegas. Another 8-hour drive. But I had to sleep downstairs because my parents, first off, they didn't trust me with going upstairs because they thought, oh, his legs, nope. So I had to sleep downstairs for the rest of the time that we were there in Vegas. And my dad, he built a bed the first time I was at CHLA. So I got to sleep in that bed downstairs, right in front of the TV. It was motorized, everything. It's a good bed. But I had outpatient therapy for a couple months, and my dad was getting retired. So after that, I came out to Delaware, here in Delaware, and continued with outpatient therapy. Continued with my chemo for about a year and a half, going once every month. And yeah. Now, when that ended, I had to do MRIs every month to make sure the tumor isn't growing. I still have to do that, yeah. But now it's every 6 months. Or is it every year? I forget which. But luckily, the tumor hasn't grown. It hasn't shrunk either, but it hasn't grown. So that's the good thing. So basically, what I'm saying is. Oh, and I got in contact. So while I was here in Delaware doing one of my chemotherapy sessions, one of the people said, hey, we would like to select you for the Make-A-Wish program. I was ecstatic because the first thing I wanted to do was see beyond the set of The Big Bang Theory, but they were like, nope, can't do that. You legally had to be 18 or older to do that. So I was like, dang. So I said, I want an iPhone. They said, no, it has to be something your parents can't do for you. And I said, okay, who have I always looked up to? At the time, I wanted to be a paleontologist. So I said, I want to meet Dr. Jack Horner. And they were like, that is a very rare request. We've only had 2 other people ask for that. So we waited a couple months. And they said, okay, we got it all planned out. A limo's going to come pick you up. And you're going to fly first class to Montana. And everything is paid. You're going to have food, place to stay. You're going to have a day with Dr. Jack Horner. A day to walk around the town and everything. And we have a bear sanctuary trip for you prepared. So the day came, got in the limo, best car ride of my life, got to the airport, got on the plane, got to first class, head over to Montana, and they paid for our car rental too. So we got, I forget what car it was, but we got to the hotel. They had a goodie basket for us. It was so great. And then the day after, we walked around town, just to get familiar with the area. I love Montana because they have so many little shops, at least in the town we were in. But then, we head back home. We ate. The day after we did that, we got to go to the what was it? The Museum of the Rockies. And yeah, we got to meet Dr. Jack Horner. That was the best day. Because not only did he give us a tour of his museum, he gave us a tour of behind the scenes where all the stuff to the bones are done. So, yeah, that was awesome. He even gave me a cast of a T-Rex tooth from his biggest T-Rex called G-Rex. So, yeah. Then we went home. It was fun. And then the next day, we went to the bear sanctuary, and they were closed, but they let us in because they knew we were coming. For some reason, I don't know how. And I felt blessed. So, yeah. Then we came back home a couple days later, and yeah. But then that summer came, and I found out about the Ron McDonald camp, and I was like, "What's that?" And the people at the hospital were like, "Oh, it's a camp for kids with cancer and siblings, and their siblings." And so I was like, "Well, I don't want my sister to go, so I'm not gonna tell her about that. I'm not gonna tell her about that." So yeah, I didn't tell her about it. I went to camp. It's the best place. It's the best place. You get. It's literally in the mountains. I love the terrain. I love the activities they have there. And at the end, they have a talent show that I love to perform in every year. And yeah, it's just. But then the next year, my little sister came. She's been coming ever since. But it's still fun, nonetheless. We go to this place called Costas, whatever. It's a water park with a mini golf course, a driving range, and a go-kart track. It's awesome. We also have a dance party once a week every year. Yeah, that's awesome. What else do we do there? We have 4 activities a day. We have free time. We have breakfast, lunch, dinner. Yeah, you can bring anything you want. It's pretty good. So what I'm trying to say is cancer cancer is bad, but like the idea of cancer is very bad. Can- Cancer itself is very bad, but the things that come after are pretty good. So don't think that if you have cancer, it's the end of your life. You're never going to be happy again because you are. So, yeah. Bye.